And welcome back everyone to Super Metroid Sidehopper Build Redesign. And we are going to be exploring this little section back here and collecting a wonderful little item. But first we have an interesting Spore Spawn. It's interesting for a couple of reasons. The first one being the door at the bottom is unlocked, but the one on the right is. So you can skip the fight for just a brief moment, but you might as well just deal with him while you're here. Because when you go down there, you can collect your special item, but you'd have to come straight back up here and fight him anyway. And the special item down there does nothing to help you out with the fight, so there's really no purpose for going down there yet. Ouch. And another interesting little thing about this room is defeating him actually kind of gives you two items. First, the item below, since you can't really get out here without defeating him. So there's that item. There's an item up above as well, which is very... You can't get it right after you beat him. You kind of get like 1.5 items, I guess. Because you need bombs to get the super missiles up above. Those are your first super missiles up top. But you need bombs to get them. So you kind of get 1.5 items from Spore Spawn and 1.5 items from Bomb Chorizo. I guess you can drop your stuff. And up here... Oh hey, wall jump boots. So when you first come here, you're probably like, oh, I can't get up there. You drop all the way high catapult that's immune to shots. And squeaky things. And these are not high jump boots. They are your wall jump boots. So now you can wall jump off certain surfaces, not all of them. And it kind of telling you right here, oh hey, put the little Ectoons, whatever you want to call them, down there. So you take a wall jump, and you get a map, which shows you, oh, that doesn't seem so bad, except it goes way over here, and there's a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, it's quite large. Just like the hack in general, which I've already said. So yeah, again with the design, you know, you get wall jump boots. Now I'm showing you, oh hey, you can wall jump off these walls. That's why I put those guys there to show you. Try wall jumping off these strange looking metal walls and things. So you can go back up, but it does you no good. Because you can't go anything. Actually, you may be able to get wall jump boots without defeating Spore Spawn. Yeah, you don't have to defeat Spore Spawn. You can just go out that way. Durr. But you'd have to come back and defeat him anyway. Thinking side hoppers. They're everywhere. No, I can't go that way. Super missile. Which we don't have yet because we don't have bombs. The wall jumping is actually... I kind of like the wall jumping in it because Samus basically launches from the wall. With that being said, you still can single wall jump. It's just a lot more difficult than you would normally have it. Everything there, and now the Spore Spawn's gone. We can come in here, and there's an item we can collect in here. Stupid lettuce leaves. Enemies are quite deadly in this hack. This is why I recommend coming in here, because you can't really do anything else until you have super missiles. But you can get an energy tank. And energy is valuable in this hack. I guess I should say this hack is not easy. There's a lot of difficulty involved, and I kind of like that. So I would not recommend this for a first hack, even though it probably is a lot of people who actually make hacks, this was probably the first one they played. Maybe. One of the first. Ouch. I would not recommend it for a first playthrough though. So now that we have wall jump, we can work our way back, and we actually have to go back to Crateria and go a long way across the map in there to get bombs, which then we come all the way back here to pick up our supers. So up to this point, you've been pretty much stuck where you have to go. Now with the wall jump, it opens up a bit more. You have a lot more to explore. So, and you'll be moving around quite a bit, so it's kind of like, what in the world am I doing? Where do I need to go? Thank you. Trying to remember if there's something I can pick up back here or not. This doesn't quite look right. There you are. No. There's nothing I want to do back here yet. Nothing at all. So yeah, I mean, at this point you could just, instead of being pretty much forced to go away because you can't wall jump, you can't morph or whatever, now that you can do those things, this opens up more. So even though technically you still can't really go anywhere without getting your next major upgrades, it feels like you're going way out of the way. And we have these wonderful elevators with safe stations at the top. And again, bonus points for having safe stations. Especially with a hack this large, safe stations are definitely a good thing. No matter how small your hack is, safe stations are a good thing to have. That's behind speed boost blocks. Basically, when you see those are speed boost blocks. Drusev does a pretty good job of keeping a theme going with his stuff. It's not, like I said, it seems more official and professional than, especially my stuff. My stuff's terrible. And actually the reason why he changed the physics is because he didn't like how you could crawl all over Super Metroid. Once you learn how to wall jump and you become good at that, you can basically go anywhere in spikes. You could go anywhere and do anything, and so that's... Oh, hey, you came back. That's why he changed the physics, so you couldn't do that. And I guess I do kind of understand that. So when I first started making a hack, I was like, nope, I don't want the player to do this, I don't want the player to do that. I've kind of changed my thinking on that a little bit. But okay, and here you just kind of have to figure out you can wall jump up these rocky parts. For the most part, you can wall jump off stuff. There's just some things that you can't wall jump off of. You'll see some like smooth metal surfaces where the ones we've been wall jumping off have like grills on them. So it kind of looks like there's something there for Samus to catch on and actually jump off of. So back in wonderful landing site area. And this gets an interesting little change up during the escape. But that'll happen later. Much later. So this is the first time you can actually get back to your ship after you fall down there. It's like, yay! The ship in Super Metroid is a nice place to be just because it is a surefire save point. And it refills everything. It's kind of like a safety zone. Kind of like base and hide and seek or tag or whatever. So we actually have to go across Crateria here. Go quite a distance. Basically to the other side of the map. And over there we will find our little bomb trees hiding out. And here's an energy tank. This actually inspired something from Fear, in a way. The look of it, anyway. Despite not being the biggest fan of this hack, I still have some inspiration from it. And here we have some fun platforming stuff. Oops. Yeah, fun platforming stuff. Which there is not too much platforming in Metroid hacks in general. Down here. Now we need supers. I got something else with these gates. Is that when you open one, it will stay open until you close it, even after you leave the room. Which creates some very nice, I guess, puzzles. They're not really... Well, yeah, I guess in some ways they are used puzzle ways. But like that gate, you have to open it from this side, then you grab it from the other side, the item in there. That's generally how they're used, but there are some other more puzzly things with the main, I guess, fetch quest, you could call it, in this hack. It's not really, I guess it kind of is. I can't make up my mind. I really just want to save discussing that until a little bit later. And all the way over here, we get into this sort of subsection of Crateria, which is... I don't know what I would call this. It's kind of above the flooded Crateria. And it kind of attaches to it, but you can't get there yet. A super door. And we are getting closer. We're not quite... Get up there. Still not quite there yet. And keep in mind, we are still headed there despite me knowing where to go and what to do. Just want to try to give a little bit the scope size of the scope of the hack. And hopefully you can't hear those birds going off, but I know I've been told that people can't hear them anymore, but they are much louder than they were, and I'm pretty sure you can hear that. And if you can't, if I can't hear it when I play this back, I don't know what in the world. Oh hey, more spikes. Let's see if I can recoup some of my missiles, just like that. And if we keep going to the right, and we keep going to the right, this part takes a while. And we still don't want to fall down. I think if you fall down there, you have to work your way back to another vertical room to come back over. And this room has an interesting little puzzle right here. It's acid, you'll die if you fall in there. There's a little thingy if you see, and there's a reflect. You have to jump and shoot a missile at it, which will bounce it around and give you a bridge across. It's a very nice little puzzle thing. And then here, this is a bit simpler. You just jump and morphin. Just like that. And that's your way back, but we don't want to go back yet. And right over here is finally We have traversed all the way to Bomb Treza, who is just hanging out here. In a strange looking room. But of course we don't see him. Where in the world could he be hiding? Oh hey, that's a slope. And he just falls out of the ceiling and destroys the little pedestal. I like that. Now Bomb Treza is actually weak to bombs, surprisingly, or not surprisingly. So you can hit him with them, and just like that, he's gone. And with that, this is actually a good place to end the video off. We just collected the item, so thanks for watching. We will see you for the next video where we make some more advancement in this huge world and figure out what that's interesting there. We'll find more slopes too.